What's up, guys? We are cooking some lamb ribs. Let's check this out. All right, we already did some pre-seasoning. What we wanted to do is get a rack of lamb ribs. I cut these up already. We're going to show you this is what it looked like. Now, the reason why we wanted to cut them in twos is because if you try to cut them in ones, they're going to burn too quickly. And you're not going to get the medium rare portion of the lamb rib that you want. So what we have right now is we have a cast iron, we have some ghee, we have some salt, we have onion powder that we didn't use, and we have garlic powder right here. And so what we also wanted to talk about is right-wing ideologies and how they can help save you in a car accident. So if you guys have been following on Twitter, we got in a pretty major wreck on Saturday night. It was taking our 5-year-old back home from the father-daughter dance at her local, not so local preschool, her preschool that's about 25 minutes away. And we were parked at a red light, about to go onto the freeway, or so we thought. And some asshole decides to plow into us at full speed from behind. We were not braced for it. We did not see it coming, because if you are waiting at a red light, chances are you're not expecting a car to be coming and plowing into you full speed. So at first, when the car hit us, it was obvious to me that we were in an accident, but initially I thought it was gonna be a fender bender, because I'm not expecting somebody to plow into us at full speed at a light. And then about a half second later, when it became obvious that, oh no, this is not a fender bender, this guy destroyed our car. Then I got out and just started walking to the guy before taking the 5-year-old out of the back seat, and just said, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And he was very sorry. He wasn't drunk. He wasn't an illegal immigrant, and he did have car insurance, but he wasn't paying attention. And so, all right, we're going to give a little bit of a pause in this. We're starting to see, if you can see right here, starting to see the smoke come off the screen. I'm going to flip this around. That's a good sear. If you can hear that sound, we like that sear. And we're going to put the other lamb lollipops next to it. We're going to sear all these sides. So it's going to look a little bit like this. Now, okay, why and how did right-wing ideology help save us? Well, we don't actually know what the extent of the damage is, so it's a little bit early to be spiking any sort of football in the end zone, because these injuries will take a week or two to actually show up. But one thing is certain, is we didn't die on impact. And so we have to think, well, what caused us to be able to be hit by a 3,500-pound vehicle going, according to the estimate of the collision shop that looked at our wrecked SUV and decided that, of course, they could not fix it. They thought that the car was going at about 50 miles an hour when it hit us. My estimate was about 45. Of course, I didn't see the car coming, so I was just going by my intuition. They check cars all the time. They saw the car, they thought it was 50. Okay, somewhere from 45, 50 miles an hour, like not slow. And if my understanding of physics is correct, thank you, big time. Speak Swedish. Cannot speak Swedish. I don't know why I can speak Swedish. And so if my understanding or recollection of physics is correct, and I don't know that it is, my belief is that the force that the impact that a traveling object will deliver is proportional to the square of the speed that something's going. So if I believe that if a car is going at 50 miles an hour when it hits you, it delivers 4 times the force of a car going at 25 miles an hour. So this is not trivial. Of course, you know, we were driving an SUV ourselves. It was not a huge SUV, but our SUV was bigger than theirs. So our SUV was maybe about 1,100 pounds. We're going to take a little bit of a break. So we're going to move these lamb ribs to right there. Okay, so our SUV was about 4,000 pounds, and theirs was about 3,500 pounds. Now, if you think about what, you know, if we had done everything according to liberal ideology, we would be driving a Prius, right? We would be eating a predominantly vegetarian diet, and we would not be lifting weights, we'd be running a lot, because that's what liberals do. Of course, muscle acts as a little bit of a collar or extra reinforcement around your spine should you get hit with a vehicle or a football player unexpectedly or expectedly. And so we, because we eat a lot of meat and because we drive an SUV, we were in a much better position to survive the impact than somebody who wasn't. And so if you didn't realize it, you know, these types of ideologies aren't just for vanity. It's, you know, lifting weights isn't just to look good. It's not just to look good or feel good. It can actually save your life or save your ability to function. And, you know, that's what we all want, is a strong ability to function. Okay, so let's look at how these banning cars saves lives possible. All right, so we got these ribs. I'm going to put this one up because, all right, I like that one. All right, so we're going to have these here. Now, you know, so what are the next several weeks going to look like? I just got done with a massage. We've already been to a chiro. We've already had imaging done. So my vertebrae have been, they're rotated a little bit. So my chiropractor does not know. He expects that the pain will get worse. He says 8 to 12 days is typically when you start to really feel it. And so we are on day 4. If this is the extent of it, you know, I can feel it. I will still rehab the hell out of it. But if this is the extent of it, I got very lucky relative to how bad it could be. Obviously, we don't know that because it takes your body a while to heal. And so a lot of times the challenges that you face from, okay, so we're gonna take a little bit of a timeout. This one, ready to be flipped. That one ready to be flipped. This one ready to be flipped. This one, for whatever reason, need to keep that down a little bit more. Keep that like that. Okay, so we're gonna flip this back. So, I'm probably gonna have a lot of massages and a lot of chiropractor work over the next at least several months. I'm probably gonna have to change the way I train. So, you know, you guys have been seeing those big Zercher squat deadlifting videos that I've been putting up in the last couple months. Probably not gonna be doing that for a while. Hopefully at some point I'll be able to resume it, but that won't be soon. And I'll obviously keep you all posted. I'm also not supposed to be running because the chiropractor wants me limiting impact. So he wants everything at 50% of what I would normally do. Fortunately, 50% of what I normally do is, it's heavy enough to not become a skinny little bitch. But of course, if the inflammation changes, that is going to, I don't know what ADLs means. Any issues walking ADLs? I can walk. I don't know if you can spell out what ADLs means. Let me know, because I don't know what ADLs means. So please tell me what ADLs stands for, and I'll tell you if I have that. Activities of daily living. So far, well, sleeping's been more challenging. And it's not clear specifically why. Like, I think my cortisol levels are still elevated from the incident. When they took my blood pressure following the accident, it was 170/98, which I think you're supposed to have strokes if your blood pressure's that high, or maybe if you're somebody who, like, you can't get like an IV if your blood pressure is 170 over 98. Like, they won't do it. And so, yeah, there's definitely going to be some challenges for people who live with blood pressure that high. I haven't got my blood pressure checked recently. I would imagine it's still probably a little bit elevated from just how frightening that was. So, okay, so we got, this one's looking good. So we're gonna put this one down right here. And that one's also looking good. So we're gonna put that one down like that. That one still needs a little bit more. That one still needs a little bit more. Okay. Was the driver who caused the accident a woman, and how enraged were you? No, the driver was not a woman. Turns out men are perfectly capable of not looking at the road while they're driving too. So no, it was not a woman. Very enraged. I think, Dylan, you probably missed the first thing that I said to him. Okay, so time out. We're going to see, look, this is awesome. So we're going to just get that on the other side too. Okay. So, no, the first thing I said to the guy was, what the fuck is wrong with you? Because, I understand, like, you can't slow down in time or something. You didn't see something coming. All right, time out. There was an odd number of ribs, so we're going to take the first one that I put on last out, just because this is already going to be cooked through. Y'all just haven't seen it yet. And so, okay, this one, that's ready to turn. I'm going to start putting that right here. Okay, and so that, we're going to leave that here. We're going to leave that there. We'll put that there. Put that there. Actually, no, that still needs to be there. And then we're going to start grabbing some. Okay, have you ever eaten bullfrog? No, I have not eaten bullfrog. Is that something that I should be eating? Is that, am I missing out by not having bullfrog in my life? Okay, so we're going to have a little bit of mustard with it. And then we're going to have a little bit of sauerkraut too, to make the stomach good. Hard to focus on the story when you're cooking. No, not true. So, okay. So we're going to turn that around like that. And now, okay, we're going to have that go like that. Turn that. Look at those. Awesome. And then, so that's probably done. Actually, nope, that can go a little bit longer. That's good. So we're going to just have that go there. And we're going back. Okay, so turns out anybody of either sex is capable of driving like an asshole. and so this person happened to be a dude. He was not driving for Uber or Lyft, which would have made litigating a lot easier because most people don't actually have that much insurance coverage for bodily injuries. The coverage is more for what's it called? For car damage, like auto body damage. And so most people are not prepared in the event, maybe they're prepared in the event that they hit a Ferrari. They're not prepared in the event of hitting somebody who treats his body like a Ferrari. So I don't know how this is going to play out. Like, obviously my body needs to perform at a high level to create the videos that I create, to market things the way I market. And so, TBD for how that's going to materialize. And so obviously, y'all please stay tuned. And okay, so let's check out what we got right here. How close to your maxes do you train during your workouts? Probably like 80%. 80% of my maxes. But when Cairo said 50%, he said 50% of the weight that I train with. So it would be 50% of 80%, which would be 40%. Okay, I found this channel when I saw you collaboration video with Pat. I never had a collaboration video with Pat Stedman, but thank you for finding me anyway. Okay, so this is almost done. I think Pat's in jail now, actually. But I have never communicated with that man. You may be thinking of someone else, but that person is not me. All right, so okay, these are gonna be great. And we will see what we can do. How many days a week do you Zercher squat? About 3 days a month is what I've been doing leading up to the incident. You may have seen I did 424 pounds 4 times. My last session, it's going to be a while before I do that again. Hopefully the answer for that's not never, but we'll find out fairly soon. Maybe not fairly soon, but we will eventually find out. All right, we don't have a ton of mustard left, so this would have photographed a lot nicer if we had more mustard. We don't. Spoiler. Okay. And then the other thing we're going to do is throw some sauerkraut on here. So I believe pull-ups are objectively better than lat pull-downs. Okay. What is objectively better than an inverted row? Well, an inverted row is what you do when you can't do like cable rows. So if you're traveling, a lot of things are better than inverted rows. Inverted rows are what you do with limited equipment. Okay, so we have, all right, let's see what we got. I'm gonna leave these for the photograph, but I'm gonna eat this. Little bite. Awesome. That was amazing. As always, Chef Alex didn't miss. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central, and I'll provide more injury updates as we get more information. Peace out.